From Central Ohio's sports leader, this is Wall to Wall Sports, delivered by Donato's Pizza.
Our guest tonight on Wall of 10 is Shelley Meyer, a mother of 3 and a wife of 1, head football coach at Ohio State. Shelley does a ton of great work here in Columbus. She's an ambassador, a fundraiser, and a Buckeye through and through. Buckle up. This one should be a lot of fun. Hey there, welcome to Wall Sports, delivered by Donato's. I'm Dave Holmes.
And I'm Kayla Anderson. A busy show planned tonight, but first we want to thank Donato's for coming out tonight and bringing our crew some pizzas. Donato's, of course, every piece is important.
And now we bring in the First Lady of Buckeye football, Shelley Meyer. Shelley, we are going to play Wall of 10 here in a minute, but first, I know you do so much work to raise money for cancer research. Coming up in a couple of weeks, you're doing a charity spin ride. What's that all about?
Yes, so I have a friend, Kathy Kuntz, who's a cancer survivor, who just found me 3 or 4 years ago and just asked me, hey, I'm a cancer survivor, I'm riding in Pelotonia, would you be willing to teach a spin ride for me and help me raise some money for my Peloton? I said, absolutely, because I will spin for anything. Yes. I really will. Yeah. So we have made this an annual event, and it's coming up again on April 23rd. She sells the bike, she does all the work, I just come in and teach the class. We have a lot of fun, we make it fun, and we raise some funds for her to ride in Pelotonia in August.
That's cool.
Absolutely great cause. Well, a few weeks ago, you took part in the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer, raising $2.5 million. How does this keep getting bigger and better? It's so impressive.
Sheesh, I don't, every year I say, how can it be bigger? How can we raise more? And this year being the 10th anniversary, that was a big deal. Making it the 10 years the cruise has been going. We had Rascal Flatts on board doing a concert. That was a big draw. We had more people on board, 3,800 as opposed to 3,300 or 2,300. As in the past. So people were just really more willing to give. There were a lot more people to give. There were a lot more reasons to give with the specialness of the 10th anniversary.
Like they say in Jaws, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, right?
That's right. Okay, Shelley, time to play a game that we call Wall of 10. Here's how it works. 10 topics. Some of these are Buckeye football. Some are totally random. Kayla is here to hold your hand and help you out. You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
This one's pretty easy. First Lady, what is the best part about being the First Lady of Buckeye football?
I get really good seats at the game. That's probably the best thing. No, really the best thing is I love being around student athletes. I think it helps keep us young in a way most of the time to be around young people. And I love athletics. I love football, and just being in that environment all the time and having people, you know, say, call me the First Lady, I guess. That's kind of fun, too.
Kind of cool.
It's funny that you say, Shelley, that it keeps you young, because that's how we feel about this job. We're around athletes every day. We cover high school, we cover college, and you kind of just feel like you stay in that time. And so I think that's a cool part about it. Great point there.
Okay, let's go number 2 here. Urban myth. What is the biggest misconception the public has about your husband?
That one's really easy. The biggest misconception is that he is as intense as he appears on the sideline all the time, 24/7. Right. No, he is not that intense all the time. He is a very funny person. I don't, like, do you really think I would have been attracted to somebody that intense from the very beginning? He has a great sense of humor. He, you know, obviously doesn't show it much on the sidelines, but at home with our kids and with me, he's very funny.
Is he like a jokester? Or is he more like, he's kind of like a dry sense of humor? What would you describe his humor as?
He can play some pretty good jokes. He has pulled some on me before, like sometimes he'll call me and say, okay, well, I got to stay here another hour, I got to do this and this. Next thing I know, he's knocking on the window. He's standing there looking in the window. I'm like, you gotta stop doing that, because someday I'm going to bring a ball bat out there.
That's right. Exactly. You're going to go self-defense on him.
I love it.
Okay, 2014. You were there for that undefeated season in Utah, 2 titles at Florida. But I want to ask you about 2014. What made that run special to you?
Everybody said the Big Ten can't do it. The Big Ten can't do it. The Big Ten's too slow. The Big Ten's not as good as the SEC. So finally to win one, not just for Ohio State, but also for the Big Ten, was very special.
And I was able to talk to you right after that national championship game. And I mean, it was an emotional time, I think, for everyone, but especially for you, because you said, I believed in Urban.
And I thought if anybody could, if we're ever going to do it, he can do it here. And I didn't know we'd do it so fast.
Let's go to Windex here. You're one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter, at Spinner Shells. By the way, Spinner Shells, when you tweeted out the picture of Urban washing the windows, did you have any idea how that would blow up that day?
No, I didn't. It was the bye weekend. I'm always looking for some funny things, you know, to tweet. I love Twitter to laugh. I love Twitter for laughing and to get news. And I thought, Okay, I'm just going to take, well, actually my daughter Nikki told me to take the picture.
Okay.
In my defense.
Okay.
And then Urban was a little bit upset because his phone blew up. All of us.
No.
All day long. Bing, 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 you know, because, and I even had ESPN tweet me, can we please use this on our next story or something? I said, oh, we better simmer down a little bit. But I thought it was pretty funny and pretty cute.
I loved it.
He is a piddler, so he does do things around the house. He does not sit. Rarely does he sit.
That's awesome.
I think my favorite part about it was it said, like, no matter how much money you make or how successful you are, you got to do your chores. I think it just humanized him to a lot of people, but it really blew up. Okay.
It's great.
Family matters here. Much has been made about that contract that Urban made when he came back to Ohio State. How is your family dynamic different now than, say, 10 years ago during that SEC era?
The fact that Nikki came up with this contract, and she has said many times, I did not know it was going to go where it has gone.
Yeah.
She said I was kind of doing it as a joke, but also some of the points were very serious and things that he had to attend to. I think we're going into our 6th season here, right?
Yeah.
And that was when things started to go, you know, kind of haywire for Urban. It just, the intensity, the emotion, the drainage, and I'm not seeing that.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that. He's more balanced. He knew he had to be more balanced. He's doing great at it. He's eating right. He's exercising every day, almost every day. He's getting his sleep. And those are like some basic things just to keep you going in a high-stress job.
Oh, yeah, and nobody really knows how much work goes into it. It's not a football season. It's year-round. Is that correct?
It's 365, 24/7. You know, a recruit can show up on your doorstep at Ohio State anytime they want. There are no restrictions on them. He's really worked hard.
That's
He
awesome.
worked hard in that year he was off of coaching.
Absolutely.
To get to this point.
And we're going to talk about your family in 1 minute here, but first let's go ahead and talk about this. Bowling Green, Utah, Florida, Ohio State. I'm not going to ask you who your favorite player is. That's not fair. That's not fair. Maybe off camera, okay? But what former player has really touched your heart in a personal way when you look back at this tenure?
Oh my gosh, can I have an hour to talk right now?
Yeah, give me one or two.
Because there's one person that I feel I've had to defend almost every day, and that's Timmy Tebow.
I thought so.
Yeah, because I hear so much criticism about him, and I cannot wrap my brain. I'm like, what are you criticizing? What can you possibly criticize? So he doesn't throw the ball right, or he can't swing the bat. He hit a home run, but last night,
I was
by the
just
way.
going to say that,
I was all over Twitter about that.
First at bat.
And I get this question all the time. Is he really for real? Is he really what you see? Timmy is the best person I've ever met.
Wow.
And I can say that without any guilt about anybody else in my life. There's a lot of good people, not a lot of good people. He is what he is. He is what he says he is. He does nothing but make people's lives better. He touched our family so much. We went on a mission trip to the DR. After spending a year with him, we decided, okay, we got to go do this. We've got to go see what this is about. And we took our kids, and we went to 2 other families, and just a lot of changes happened to us because of he and his family.
That's really awesome. That's a great point of view from you who knows him.
Yeah.
And when you talk about defending him, whether it's Tim or your husband, how do you not get caught up in the criticism? Because Urban can win every game, and he still gets a lot of heat.
If you let that get to you, you can't live your life. I mean, because, and also, you know, the criticism is, there's some other motivation behind it. Now, I'm not talking about critiquing certain coaching calls or whatever, but just to criticize somebody as a person, where does that come from? I don't know. It comes from something going on with that other person doing the criticizing, and we just have to let that roll off.
There's more important things out there.
Way more.
Know?
And now we want to find out a little bit more about Shelley Meyer, the person here. You teach spin classes. Kayla and I are taking one, I swear.
Yes.
How did you get into the world?
We're still going to take one.
How did you start spinning? Where did this come from?
Well, I've been teaching group fitness classes since about 1986. Wow. Yes, probably before you guys were born.
When you were 2 years old.
When you were 2 years old.
Yes. So I got, you know, when I left high school, I left my sports because I was an athlete in high school. I went to nursing school, and back in the 80s, you didn't play a sport in college and go to nursing school. I would do it today. So I was like, what can I do? What can I do? I picked up running, and then I found aerobics. Started teaching aerobics.
Did you have the gear?
Oh, I had the off-the-shoulder sweatshirt. I have leg warmers.
Yes, my mom had leg warmers.
Unitard.
Olivia Newton-John. Eat your heart out.
Oh, my goodness.
I have it all. I have it all. I kept it all. And then I discovered spinning in 1997 and completely fell in love with that and got certified in that and just totally devoted to teaching spin classes.
It's such a great workout. It's I am going to take your class. He is going to take your class.
Dom, don't talk to Dom.
He already did.
Oh, okay. And you're still going to come?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Proud mama here. Okay, your son Nate going to play baseball at Cincinnati. What was it like to be on the other side of a recruiting battle?
Well, you know, we've done that 3 times now because our daughter Gigi played volleyball at Georgia Tech, Nikki played at Georgia Tech, Gigi played at Florida Gulf Coast, and then we have Nate, so that we really went through the, you know, with Nikki the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder these parents are going crazy through the recruiting process. It's very stressful. And luckily, everything worked out with our kids. We didn't go through too much. Like I think football's way more intense recruiting. And we had 2 volleyball players and a baseball player, so we probably didn't feel some of that. But I knew what, you know, it was like all of a sudden Urban's on the other side too. And he's like, okay, well, who's going to take care of my kid?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, who's going to be responsible for my kid? Yeah. So it was great to be a part of that on the other side, because it also gives us perspective when we're talking to parents. And we know what parents are looking for. Because I know what I was looking for, and I want somebody to be taking care of my child.
And Urban's pretty happy that he's playing baseball, because I know Urb's a big baseball fan.
We are very happy about that. Very excited. We're both Bearcats, graduated from there, so to have him go there, great facilities and all that, and Nate's a pretty good ball player.
That's going to be fun to watch.
And you can always get lunch with Luke Fickle.
Yes.
Okay, Grandma Meyer here, now a grandmother. Your daughter Nikki is married to assistant coach Corey Dennis. Did you ever sit her down and say, Nikki, let me tell you what life is like if you marry a football coach? Did that conversation happen?
I didn't have to. She lived it.
Yeah,
you know, she lived it. She grew up living it. Actually, I was surprised when she started talking about she and Corey probably getting married and spending their life together, and I was like, what? You're really going to marry a football coach after what you just went through for 24 years? So I said, oh, I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought there was so many negatives, just having to move and all that, and the stress, and her dad going through what he went through. Nope, not one word out of her about it. There have been some words since. Why is Corey working 24/7? I said, Nikki, we've all been there.
That's fantastic.
And my name's Mimi, by the way.
Mimi, I love that.
Not Grandma Meyer.
I love
Mimi and Buddy. Mimi and Buddy.
Final one here. After the double overtime win over Michigan, you called Urban during the post-game news conference and asked him to bring some milk. Shelley, did you ever get that milk?
First of all, I did not ask for milk. I did call him, but I didn't.
Was this one his joke?
He made it up.
Oh my goodness!
On the fly.
Oh my
He made that up.
That's amazing.
And he made that up not knowing there was the thing with that coach up north about milk.
People tried to spin it with Mr. Harbaugh that it was a trash talking
thing. It's not like Urban's doing research on what Harbaugh likes or dislikes or...
Yeah.
I told him about that after. He goes, what? I don't even know about that. No, he didn't bring home milk. I didn't ask for milk. And no, he didn't do it because of that other thing going on.
That is amazing. She cleared it up, folks.
He's just funny. He's just
funny.
way.
That's what Wall of 10 is. We smash rumors. On here. Shelley, thank you so much for coming in and for all you do, especially battling cancer here in Central Ohio.